In this video we are going to see about forfeiture reissue with premium. So this is sum number 18 from standard 12 Samachir book. The sum is about Vyram Limited. So he is the owner of that particular organization. Vyram Limited issued 60,000 shares. So the number of shares issued by him is 60,000 shares at rupees 10. So the face value is going to be rupees 10. So further in the sum he is given that each at a premium of rupees 2 per share payable as follows. So the premium he has given it to us separately as rupees 2 per share. So the split up of the following is as application rupees 6, allotment rupees 4, which is including the premium. So the premium is being included in the allotment process. Next is first and final call of rupees 2. So when I add up 6 plus 4 plus 2 will give me 12. So that is nothing but 10 rupees of face value plus 2 rupees of premium. So it is issued at a premium. So further in the sum what they've given is issue was fully subscribed and the amount due were received except Sarita to whom 1000 shares were allotted. So except for 1000 shares, therefore that 1000 shares are being forfeited. So for what it has been forfeited in the sense it is being forfeited for the non-payment of allotment and for the first and final call. So the forfeiture is done for the non-payment of allotment and the first and final call. So all these shares were forfeited and again all the forfeited shares were reissued. So the same amount of shares are being reissued. That is 1000 shares are being reissued again, which was also forfeited at rupees 7 per share. So next we have to start off with the sums, journal entries. So when we are doing the journal entries, there are 3 places we have to be very careful. That is when we are doing the allotment, premium has to be included. Next, when we are going to do the share forfeited, we must be careful. Likewise for the first and final call, when you are receiving it, we must be careful. So during the allotment process, first and final call, and during the forfeiture we must be very careful while doing this sum, because there are a lot of adjustments to be done due to the premium issue here. So first let's go into the application process. So first in the application process is receipt of application, that is bank account data to share application. So the number of shares issued over here is 60,000 shares into application money of 6 rupees. So 60,000 into 6 is going to be 3,60,000. In application you need not worry, there is no such adjustments for premium in it. So it's a normal entry which you give. Next is going to be the share application to share capital, that is transfer of application money into the capital. So this is also going to be the same. There is no change in it. So you can just copy the 3,60,000 down here. Next is going to be the allotment entry. So we must be very careful while doing the allotment entry. Next is the share allotment due entry. The allotment due entry is going to be share allotment account data to share capital to share premium. We must remember to include share premium into this, right? So here share 60,000 shares are going to be issued. So 60,000 into, so I'm going to put 60,000 for all the 3 items over here. So share allotment first is going to be 4 rupees. I'm not going to touch the share capital. I'm going to put the share premium. So share premium is 2 rupees. So 4 minus 2, I have to put share capital as 2 rupees. We cannot put 10 rupees as how we did the previous sums and all. So we have to put 2 rupees only over here. In the previous sum, when there is no share premium, we used to put the same 4 rupees and multiply and write it off over here in the debit and credit columns. But here we have to find the difference between share allotment and share premium and put the 2 rupees. So 60,000 into 4 is going to be 2 lakh 40,000. That is the only debit which we have, and the other two credits is going to be the same, that is 60,000 into 2, 1,20,000. So if I add my debit and my credit, it's going to be equal to 2,40,000. So that is my due entry. So next is the receipt of share allotment. The entry is going to be bank account data to share allotment. So here's a small working note which I am showing you. You need not do this, but this is the actual thing which is going to take place with this receipt of share allotment. So we have 60,000 shares in hand, and from that 60,000, 1,000 shares are being forfeited. So there is totally 59,000 shares which are expected to be received for the share allotment. So the share allotment cost is 4 rupees. So when I multiply 59,000 with 4 rupees, I will get 2,36,000 as my total. So this 2,36,000 only has to be written over here. For the receipt of share allotment. The other way to do it is, what is the share allotment full value over here in the due entry? It is 2,40,000. So this is gonna be the next way. So 2,40,000 is gonna be my total share allotment money which is expected to be received by the company. So 1,000 shares have been forfeited. So it's going to be 1,000 into 4 rupees, that is 4,000. So if I subtract 2,40,000 and 4,000, I will get 2,36,000. So either way you can do. Either you can do it this way or you can do it this way. Both are the same. Both are correct. So this is how you will record the receipt of share allotment. Next is the share first and final call due entry. So the entry is going to be share first and final call account data to share capital. So the total number of shares are going to be involved over here. So 60,000 shares into 2 rupees of first and final call value. So the total is going to be 1,20,000. Since I have written it in 2 lines, I am going to leave a line and then write it over here for the share capital. So I write it directly for that particular thing. Right. So next is the receipt of first and final call. The entry for the receipt of first and final call is bank account data to share first and final call. So let me show you the working note for this. So again, there is going to be 2 different working notes. Whichever you want, you can use it. So the first is going to be by the shares what we do. So 60,000 shares we have in hand. 1,000 shares are being forfeited. So totally you'll have 59,000 shares. So 59,000 into 2 rupees is going to be 1,18,000. So that is going to be your value for the receipt of first and final call. The other way of doing it is the total value, that is 1,20,000 from the due entry minus 1,000 into 2 rupees, that is 2,000. So when I subtract 1,20,000 from 2,000 also, I will get 1,18,000. So the same. So whichever working note you want, you can pick out and do this in your rough work, and then you can show the answer. It is not necessary that you have to do the working note in the journal entries. So next we are going to go into the forfeiture entry. The forfeiture entry is going to be a long one. That is, previously we used to do just the first and final call, but now since premium and allotment has been included, your entry is going to be share capital account data. The premium has to be cancelled for the non-payment of the 1,000 shares. So the premium is also being forfeited. So the premium which is given a credit in the allotment has to be debited over here. So share premium account data to share allotment to share first and final call, and finally it is share forfeiture. So let's get into the calculation. 1,000 shares are being forfeited. So I write 1,000 for all the items in the particular journal entry. After writing 1,000, we must calculate the per value of the share. So here share capital will be 10 rupees always. Then share premium was given as 2 rupees. So first I'll write down what all I know. So share allotment given in the split up is 4 rupees. Share first and final call is 2 rupees. So let me multiply and write this side. So 1,000 into 10 is 10,000 debit. 1000 into 2 is 2000 debit. So both my debits are over. So if I add, I must get 12,000. Over here in my credit, I got 1000 into 4, that is 4000. And 1000 into 2, which is 2000. So my credit is 4 plus 2, only 6000. So the remaining 6000 has to be included for the share forfeiture. So I know the answer that this has to be 6000. So if you see this, 10 plus 2 is 12, 4 plus 2 is 6. 12 minus 6 is 6 rupees. Or 6000 divided by 1000 also you can write as 6 rupees. So this is the basic calculation of shares forfeiture. Next, let's go into the reissue. The reissue entry is bank account debtor to shares forfeited to share capital. So the share forfeited which was credited over here in the premium is debited over here to cancel it. So let's see how much of shares have been forfeited. That is 1000 shares have been forfeited and the same 1000 shares have been reissued over here. So for the reissue entry also you're going to put 1000 rupees for all the 3 journal entries. So it has been reissued for 7 rupees. So the bank is going to be 7. So 1000 to 7 is 7000. That's my first debit. Shares forfeited, I do not know, so I don't write that. Share capital is going to be 10. That is my face value is same as the called up value also. So that's 10. So 1000 into 10 is 10,000. So my answer 10,000 minus 7,000 is going to be 3,000. If you do per value also 10 minus 7 is going to be 3 rupees. So that is the end of the receipt entry. Next we have to calculate the capital reserve. That is a profit on reissue has to be transferred to the capital reserve. So for that we have to give a separate journal entry. The capital reserve entry is going to be shares forfeited account debtor to capital reserve. This is the normal profit on reissue, that is the capital reserve entry what we give. So here if you see the same amount of shares have been forfeited and reissued. So our answer is very simple. Just go on with the forfeiture and the reissue entry and you have to take out these two values. That is the shares forfeited value in the forfeiture entry and the shares forfeited value in the reissue entry. So you have to just subtract this two. So 6000 minus 3000 is going to be 3000. So that 3000 is a profit out of reissue which is transferred to the capital reserve account. This is only applicable for the sums which has the amount of shares forfeited and the amount of shares reissued as the same.